Good morning, Spud Country. Welcome to Dangle Fest 2023. This is the final game of the Dangle Fest tournament. Today, your Moorhead Spuds are set to do battle with the West Fargo Stampede in the fourth and final game of the weekend. Pucks are being picked up. West Fargo gathers at their bench and heads to their goal line. Spuds gather at their net and then head to their blue line or to the goal line. Starting in net for Moorhead is number 35, Kendra Gilson. Number 6, Ava Dufault. And number 18, Kinsey Johnson on the blue line. Up front is going to be number 8, Haley Swenson, and number 14, Abby Retzer. Centering it up will be number 13, Braylon Everett. Spuds are wearing their travel black with the orange and white trim. They'll be skating left to right on your radio dial. Ava Josephson. Up front will be number 14, Emma Hassler, and number 5, Peyton Huber. Centering it up will be number 15, Leanna Williamson. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem. "14-minute periods, 1.5 minutes penalties. If either team gets ahead by a differential of 5, we will have running clock regardless of how much time there is left in the game. So if we have a 5-goal differential in the first, we could have running clock for the remainder of the game. Both teams take to the ice. Puck is down, won by Leanna Williamson. She tries to drive it into the Moorhead zone. It'll be dumped in from the far side. Everett goes after it. Swenson is there. Swenson gets the shot away, blocked down in traffic out in front of Wilson. Puck comes free and into the near side corner. Picked up there by Josephson. Handled by Hassler. Over to Williamson. Stolen away by the Spuds just as they entered the defensive zone. Touched up by Swenson as it goes down into the West Fargo end. Spuds go for the change. Puck comes along over to the near side board. Ends up just inside the Moorhead zone when it'll be taken by Almendinger. Almendinger across to Oakes and then up to Hanukkah. Hanukkah dumps it in. Picked up by Gimberline behind the net. Stolen away by Strand. She'll have it pulled off her stick. Johnson steps up, puts a shot on Wilson. Save made. Puck loose in the slot, and it'll end up with Strand at the top. Backhand or shot was kicked away. Rebound was backhanded back on her that went just along the side of the net. Spud still control. Far side over to Hendrickson on the near side. Shot. Stick save made. by Wilson. Puck comes down into the far side corner. Kick save made by Gilson. Puck will end up in the near side corner. Spuds try to clear. Hanukkah off the board. Held in by Josephson. Sent out by Steen. Spuds go for the change. Stampede drops back into their own zone, sends it ahead to Elizabeth Williamson, who tries for the shot. It'll be blocked by Johnson. Puck goes down in the near side corner, carried around behind the net by Josephson. She'll have it stripped by Hockett. Shot from the far side goes through the crease and into the near side corner. Shirley tries to clear. It'll end up getting knocked back to Johnson. Johnson clears it out to center. Hockett, now Ness, into the corner. Ness chases after it. She'll have to fight with Hassler for it. Now Hockett behind the net, up to Allmendinger. Allmendinger's shot is knocked in traffic, comes over to Dufault on the near side. Dufault takes a shot. Puck is loose out in front behind Wilson, and the Stampede were able to clear it out. Along the near side boards and all the way down into the Moorhead end, it'll be Allmendinger who picks it up. She's going to take a trip behind the net. Sends it ahead to Ness, stolen away by Gimberline. Right back to Allmendinger. Allmendinger over to Dufault. Can't get a stick on it. Hassler had it, took the shot, blocked by Gilson, and the Spuds take it the other direction. Near side boards, Gentick. Centering pass turned away by Oakes. Oakes back behind the net. Brings it up hard and fast along the far side, 2-on-2. She brings it around into the near, has it poked away by Gentick. It'll end up down in the corner. Gentick slams Oakes up against the board. Puck gets held up back behind the net. Oakes will pick it up. Oakes, Tibitowski. Tibitowski tries for the backhand, turned away by Wilson. Off the boards, Dufault sends it around back into the corner. It took a weird bounce in the corner. Held in by Oakes. Picked up by Elizabeth Williamson, stolen away by the Spuds, Tibitowski. She'll have it stripped off her stick by Gimberline. Round to the near side, Lee is able to poke it loose. Onto the near side board, Gentick. Pinched up by Hendrickson. Lee steps in to help. Puck comes free over to Gentick. She'll take a trip around the world. Looks to send it up the near side boards. She'll have it knocked free by Oakes. Puck comes down into the far side corner where it'll be taken by Cutter. Cutter fights with Guy right behind the net. Puck comes free. This one's going to get sent all the way down onto Gilson. She'll have to stick it off to the side. Picked up in the near side, or the far side corner by Dufault. Over to Johnson. Johnson sends it back around the far side. Picked up by, picked off by Williamson. Up to Gimberline. Gimberline's shot is blocked out to the far side in traffic. Right out in front of the net. Gilson will get it covered up. And we'll have our first stoppage with 8:43 to go in the first. Faceoff goes to the far side. Swenson along the far side board, backhands it in right on to Wilson, who will cover it up. Near side boards. Handled by Retzer. Pushed out to center by the Stampede. Moorhead on the delayed penalty. Shot goes into the far side corner off the stick of Trosen. Picked up along the far side boards. Spuds touch it up. And that will put West Fargo on the power play. Okay, I'm being told that this video is really choppy, so I'm going to break the stream here for... All right, we're back online. Sorry for the interruption. Nobody scored. Spuds are still on the penalty kill with 52 seconds to go. Oakes out to center, sends it ahead to Strand. Strand into the slot, tries for the shot, blocked by Gimberline. Strand gets tripped up by Guy. Spuds, or Stampede take it the other direction. Near side, Gimberline brings it around. Kick save made by Gilson. Puck goes back behind the net. Along the far side boards. Sent all the way around into the near side corner. It'll be picked up by Ness. Ness is able to kick it out to center. 6:45 remaining first period. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Ness drops it off in the corner. Shirley backhands it in. He picked up by the Stampede and taken out to center. Guy drives the top of the slot, takes a shot, goes just wide of the net. Kicked out to center all the way down to the Stampede zone. It'll be handled by Van Dam. Actually, I believe that was Gentic. On the near side boards of the Moorhead zone, Trosen. She fights with Hendrickson. Puck comes free up to Josephson. Shot out front in the goal by the Stampede. Stampede are on the board first, just off the power play. Not 12. 5:58. Okay, still being told it's still kind of choppy, so we'll do one more try here. We'll actually okay, still being told it's still kind of choppy, so we'll do one more try here. We'll actually switch over to the other hot spot and see if that takes care of that problem. Puck around to the far side. It's going to be held up down in the corner and gathered up by Default back behind the net. Off the wall and out to center. Tibitowski picks it up. Tibitowski has it knocked off her stick at the top of the slot. Shot is blocked by Wilson up off the back wall. Puck sent cross ice. It'll be Allmendinger on the near side. She takes a shot. Stick saved by Wilson. Just as it was about to exit the zone, Spuds are able to hold it in. Cutter takes it around the near side, takes a shot that's blocked away by Trosen. Spuds still control on the near side wall. Allmendinger shot off the side of the net, picked up by Gentic, far side. She tries to send it across. It'll be Everett who's right there to knock it away. Stampede collapse in on her and pull the puck loose, taken out to center by Guy. Bumped just inside the Moorhead zone by Trosen. Cleared back out by Swenson. Gimberline out to center. Handled just in front of the Moorhead bench. Dumped in very deep and all the way around onto the near side wall. Actually didn't even make that far. It ended up stalling out backside of the net. Allmendinger. Allmendinger, Retzer, Swenson, and Everett 4-on-2. Allmendinger is going to bring it around and let everybody else catch up. She'll get pinched up in the near side corner. Puck comes free and sent around to the far side. Taken there by Guy. Oak steps up to send it back around the net onto the near side boards where it'll be Everett. Everett tries to set it up. Turned away by Gimberline. Gimberline has it back behind the net. Oak's far side. He'll sling it around behind the wall. Right out in front of Gilson. They take the shot. It'll get covered up. Face-off will go to the glove side of Gilson. 3:28 to go. Stampede control. Turned over to the far side wall by Trosen. Centering pass is going to be turned away by Johnson. She tries to send it out. It'll be held in far side by Gentic. Pinched up against the wall, pulled free by Steen. Stampede are there to hold. Leanna Williamson, Strand, Huber, and Johnson all fought for it. Johnson were all fighting for it. Shot from the near side is going to be blocked by Hendrickson. She drops it back on the ice, hands it off to Steen. Steen is able to clear it out near side. Down into the West Fargo zone. Hanukkah takes the shot that will get covered up by Wilson. Out through the near side, stolen away by Shirley as she enters the zone. She'll take it all the way around back, send it off the far side wall. Gentic will pick it up at mid-ice and dump it right back into the Moorhead zone where it'll be called back on offsides on the Stampede. Face-off, Shirley and Leanna Williamson at center ice. She's going to be controlled by the Stampede. Leanna has Allmendinger in her back pocket, fights her way all the way into the Moorhead zone, turned right back out. Hockett, center ice. Hockett takes it in far side. She tries to push it ahead off the wall. Puts the brakes on down in the corner. Centering pass, nobody home. Gimberline bumps it back behind the net. Along the far side, half wall, Ness. Sends it around behind. It'll be Williamson who picks it up. Smacked over to the near side wall by Hockett. Comes up to Shirley, who puts a slap shot on Wilson that went high over the net and off the back wall. Stampede control. Shot from the red line is kicked away by Gilson. It'll be Dufault to Lee. Lee pushes it in. Dufault into the corner. Cutter around back behind the net. Sends it up to Oakes. Oakes back down to Cutter. Cutter tries to center it up. Has it picked away by Gimberline. It'll end up with Cutter and Gimberline back behind the net. Side of the net. Sent over to the far side wall. Oakes pushes it back behind the net. Picked up back there by Gentic. She knocks down Cutter. Sends the puck along the near side boards. Hendrickson and Lee. Gimberline all fight for it along the near side wall. Gentic comes away with it. Gentic's out through center. Brings it into the neutral zone. Lets one fly from the red line. And it went right off Gilson's pad and into the goal. 2-0 West Fargo lead. 22 seconds remain in the period. Face off at center ice between Leanna Williamson and Braylon Everett. Everett's going to win the draw, drops it back to Johnson. Johnson tries to send it ahead. It's going to slide in on the near side of the zone. It'll be handled by Josephson. Down into the corner, Retzer comes in after it. She's able to break it free. Gimberline ends up with it. Retzer out front. Swenson shot! Save made by Wilson as time expires. So that's how we'll end this first period. Spuds currently trail 2-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. Spuds take to the ice. Starting the second will be Hockett and Ness left and right. Shirley centering it up. Johnson and Dufault on the blue line. Leanna Williamson and Shirley face off. Spuds control the draw. Hockett tries to shovel ahead. Backhanded by Gimberline into the Moorhead zone. Johnson tries to clear it out. Held in by Hassler. Far side boards. Shirley loses an edge. Puck ends up all the way back behind the wall, or behind the net along the back wall. Near side of the net, Hockett tries to fight her way around to the front. Puck is picked loose and sent right back behind. Hockett. Hockett looks to center it up. She ends up bouncing it off the back of the net. It's going to get stuck. This time the ref isn't going to blow the whistle. I don't know. They were blowing the whistle the other day for a stuck puck. Now this time they're just letting them fight it out. Far side boards Hockett. Dufault is able to step in and help. Far side corner, Ness. Stolen away by the Stampede. Gimberline off the wall. Now Williamson. Dufault is there to pinch her up against the board. It'll get kicked back over to Hassler. Out to center with Hassler. Down into the Moorhead zone. Johnson is able to knock it free. Puck floats loose. Shot from the far side by Trosen comes all the way into the near side corner. Spuds are able to clear it out. This one's going to go all the way down into the West Fargo zone and stall out well before it gets to the goal line. Picked up by Gentic. Gentic cross ice over to Huber. Huber ahead to the other Williamson, Elizabeth Williamson. She gets pinched off. Puck will come free and be taken up by the Spuds. Hanukkah far side over to Strand. In top of the slot. Drop back Steen. Shot. Kick save. Wilson. Puck loose. It'll be gathered up by the Stampede and cleared out to center. Allmendinger just inside of her own zone retrieves it. Drives around one out to center near side. She and Hanukkah are going to go in 2-on-1 or 2-on-4, 2-on-3. Allmendinger works it around in the corner. It's going to get set all the way around over to the far side board. Steen. Steen is all alone, centers it up to Tibitowski. Can't get a stick on it. It's going to come up to Oakes on the near side. Oakes shot right into the glove of Wilson. We'll have 11 and a half minutes to go in the first period. Or second period now. Face off club side of Wilson. It'll come up to Johnson on the near side, who sends it deep down into the far side corner. Kicked out to center and pushed right back in. Spuds will end up offside. Face-off is won by the Spuds. Johnson across to Hendrickson, dumps it in. Picked up back behind the net and sent over onto the near side half wall. Taken there by Williamson. She tries to clear it out. Tibitowski was able to hold it in. Right back to Williamson, who is able to send it out to center this time. Johnson will come away with it. Johnson chips it into the zone. Off the wall and back out to center. Let's go in the other way with Hassler. Hassler gets picked off by Hendrickson and laid out by Johnson. So that'll give West Fargo their second power play of the game. Face-off club side. Oh, and I didn't notice it until just now, but it looks like we have switched goalies. Number 33, Addison Andel, is in net for the Spuds. Puck over onto the far side wall is going to get pushed down into the corner. Everett tries to send it along and it'll end up sliding right past Josephson, but she's able to retrieve it before it exits the zone. Shot, Gentic, blocked by Retzer. Back up to Gentic. Gentic's second shot is going to end up going right on to Andel. That'll get turned over onto the far side boards and collected by Josephson. Josephson behind the net, drops it off for Hassler. Hassler up to Gentic. Gentic takes the shot that goes just wide of the net and back behind. Far side boards now, Josephson. Josephson sends it up to Huber, who takes, or not Huber, but Guy, who takes a shot that was blocked out front. Spuds are able to clear. Retzer. Off the board, she sends it down deep. It'll get covered up by Wilson at the top of the crease. Spuds will have 31 seconds remaining on their penalty kill. Face-off club side of Wilson. Is going to be won by Hockett. Dumped down behind the net by Oak. Swenson will pick it up. Swenson, side angle shot. Turned away by Wilson. Puck comes up to Hendrickson at the top of the slot. Will be kicked out to center by the Stampede. Oakes and Leanna Williamson back behind the Moorhead net. Oakes far side tries to send it along the wall. It'll be Gimberline. Gimberline and Swenson fight for it. Hassler tries for the shot. She's able to get the shot off. Andel gets the save. Face off far side of the Moorhead zone. Taken out through center, Shirley far side. Gets driven all the way back behind the net by Josephson. Now steps in to help. Centers it up. Puck is turned back behind the net. Puck shot wide of the net. Pinched up back directly behind the net. Josephson, Shirley, Hockett. Turned out in front of the net. Sent off to the far side boards by Gimberline. Near side wall picked up by Guy. She's going to throw it the length of the ice. You get run down by Allmendinger right before it gets to Andel. Pinched up along the near side wall, just inside the Moorhead zone. Dufault is able to break it free. Dufault to Allmendinger. Allmendinger and Hanukkah. Shot the goal! Spuds are on the board and cut this deficit in half. 7:27 second period. Caitlin Shirley is able to break the ice and put the Spuds on the board, since there is only one scoreboard in here. 2-1 West Fargo leads. Spuds control the faceoff. Johnson. Strand will get pinched up against Strand, and Steen will get pinched up against the wall by Hassler. Puck goes all the way over to the far side. Hanukkah. Picked off by Hassler. Hassler, far side, one-on-one. Drives around Johnson. Off the post. Gentic gets the rebound. Her shot is going to get covered up by Andel. 6:58. Second period, 2-1 West Fargo lead. Face-off comes to the glove side of Andel. Trosen and Steen square off. Spuds are going to win the draw. Johnson down in the corner. Bounces it around onto the near side wall to Strand. Strand out through center. Tries to drop it off for Steen right onto the stick of Trosen. It'll be Gimberline back behind the net. Along the far side wall, gets tripped up by the ref. Held in by Hendrickson. Now Hanekom tries to backhand center it, but there's nobody there. It'll be Trosten who takes it out through center. Trosten, near side. She's going to try to center it up as well. She's going to have it stolen away by Tibitowski. Tibitowski and Lee now on a 2-on-1. Lee over to Tibitowski, sticked away by Wilson right out in front of the crease. West Fargo was able to clear, pushed right back in by Cutter, and the Spuds will end up offside. No, there is not a frog on my shoulder. That is my headset making noise. Spuds control the faceoff, far side just outside of the West Fargo zone. Chipped up off the wall and in by Lee. With a Kimberline back behind the net. Stampede tried to send it out. Shot the goal! Lee has tied this game at 2. Number 20, Ariella Lee, right out in front of Regan Wilson, is able to flip it up and find it in the back of the net. This game is tied at 2 with 5:37 to go here in the second. Face-off center ice between Leanna Williamson and Braylon Everett. It's going to be controlled by the Stampede this time. Far side. Hassler has it poked away by Allmendinger. Near side, Swenson. Everett clears the zone. Swenson dumps it in down into the corner. Picked up there by Josephson. Sent over onto the far side. Everett comes around to try to pinch it off. Oakes is going to come after it near side boards. Oakes, Everett. Three Stampede skaters. Gimberline is finally the one that's going to come away with it. Gimberline back behind the net. Tries to take it out through center. She's going to carry it all the way out. Has a poke checked away by Allmendinger. Right onto the stick of Hassler. Allmendinger and Hassler fight for it all the way back down into the corner. Puck comes free. Slides right into Vandal. It'll get covered up as Allmendinger, or Everett is going to get called for the check. Minute 30 on the penalty kill. 4:47 remaining in the period. 2-2 tie. Face-off by Swenson. Was won by Swenson. Sent over onto the far side wall. Gentic holds it in. Retzer clears it out. She'll send it the length of the ice. It'll get called back on icing. Face-off will go to the far side of the Moorhead defensive zone. Spuds change it up. Hockett, Shirley, Hendrickson, and Oakes. Shirley's going to win the draw. She controls, drops it back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson takes a trip behind around the world. Tries to send it off the wall and out. Gentic is there to hold it in, dumps it into the corner. Oakes behind the net, takes it to the far side. She's going to have the Stampede right in her back pocket. She's able to get it ahead to Shirley, far side. Shirley pushes it ahead into the Stampede zone. Puts the brakes on about halfway down the wall. Tries to center it up. It's going to be intercepted by Trosten, or by Guy, and taken back into the Moorhead zone. Dumped into the near side corner. Knocked free by Oakes. Oakes was just about able to clear it out. Shirley and Josephson one-on-one. Shirley gets the shot off. Josephson gets the save. Puck ends up back behind the Stampede net, taken out near side by Leanna Williamson. Into the Moorhead zone, dumped down into the corner. It's going to be Johnson and Williamson who fight for it. Now Trosten steps in. Pulled away by Williamson. She tries to center it up. Kicked away by Allmendinger. Shirley in the slot. Puck bounces loose. Gentic shot. Knocked down in traffic. Second shot is also going to be knocked down. Power play expires. Spuds clear the zone. Steen. Stolen away by Gimberline and dump back in. Stampede will end up offside. 3:10, 2-2 tie, second period. Faceoff comes out to center ice between Steen and Trosen. Handled by the Stampede. Shot from the far side by Elizabeth Williamson. Will get covered up by Andel. Faceoff goes to the far side. Steen and Trosen again. Johnson has it behind the net. She has it poked away by Huber. Right onto the stick of Allmendinger. Allmendinger ahead to Hanukkah. Hanukkah tries to backhand it in. It'll end up in the skates of Steen, who kicks it down deep into the West Fargo zone. Up to Allmendinger. Allmendinger shot. Stick save Wilson. Near side wall Strand. Up to Johnson. Johnson down low to Hanukkah. Tries to chip it backhand, but it ended up back behind the net. John comes up to Johnson near side. Johnson tries to set it up to the point. It's going to be intercepted by Williamson, Elizabeth Williamson. He'll turn it out to Trosen at center. Trosen brings it in. Shot. Goes right into the glove of Andel. Faceoff goes to the far side of the Moorhead zone. Spuds win the draw. Gentic controls. Tries for the shot. Got knocked up into the air and down into the far side corner. Dufault. Dufault slings it around behind the net and all the way onto the near side boards. Out through center. It's going to be Tibitowski. She gets pinched up by Gentic. Gentic slings it up and off the boards. It'll go all the way onto the far side where it's going to be fought over by Josephson, Lee, Hassler, and Dufault. Stampede comes away with it. Sent around onto the near side boards. Hendrickson, her shot is going to get knocked down by Josephson and carried out to center by Hassler. Hassler jumps it into the far side corner. Hassler and Dufault fight for it all the way down into the corner. It'll be picked up by Cutter. Cutter has it knocked off her stick. Dufault comes away with it. Lee has it far side now. Lee out to Tibitowski at center. Tibitowski and Gimberline one-on-one. Now Lee 2-on-5 as the Spuds go for the change. Gimberline and Trosen are able to pick it loose. Hassler, far side, stolen away by the Spuds. Everett brings it into the slot. Puck comes loose. Allmendinger tries to hold. It'll be Allmendinger and Hassler. It'll be chipped loose. But Oakes will come away with it. Oakes up to Retzer. She can't get a stick on it. It's going to go all the way into the far side corner. Taken there by Gimberline. Around to the Oakes in the near side corner. She's going to push it back behind the net. Everett goes after it. 33 seconds. Centering pass. Nobody home. Comes up to Oakes on the near side. Oakes down low. Chip shot. Retzer. Chip shot. Retzer. Covered up by Wilson on the third chip shot. This game remains tied at 2 with 24.5 seconds left. Face-off near side between Leanna Williamson and Caitlin Shirley. Will get sent down into the near side corner. Turned all the way across ice. Stampede tried to clear. They do. This time it goes out off the stick of Elizabeth Williamson. Taken down in by Leanna Williamson. Shot goes wide of the net and onto the near side boards. It'll be Ness who pinches it up there. Centering pass, nobody home. Allmendinger lets it go right onto the stick of Elizabeth Williamson. Backhand shot goes wide of the net and around behind as time expires. So that's how we're going to wrap up this second period. Spuds and West Fargo are tied at 2. We'll be back in 1 minute to start the third. Welcome back to Dangle Fest 2023. We are here to start the third. Puck is down. Shirley wins the draw. Stampede is going to control. Pushed all the way down into the West Fargo defensive zone to the Gimberline that picks up along the side of the net. Knocked free by Shirley, far side. Gimberline retrieves. Gimberline gets steered into the ref in the corner. Gimberline chips it up and out to center. It'll be picked up by Shirley. Cross ice over to Ness. Ness off the boards, down deep into the zone. Handled back in the corner by Josephson. Puck gets turned out to Hassler. Hassler carries it out to center. It'll be knocked free by Dufault. But the Spuds are going to end up going on the penalty kill on Hockett's check. Hockett with the check at 21 seconds into the period. Face-off, Moorhead zone, club side of Andel. Will be handled by West Fargo. Josephson, shot, kick save, Andel. Picked up by Trosen. Trosen up to Josephson. Josephson, cross ice over to Guy. Hanica steps into challenge. Puck comes loose. Steen sends it over to the wall. Gentic shot goes behind the net. Picked up there by Allmendinger. Allmendinger up and off the wall. That one's going to go the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing. 12:47, third period. Tied at 2, 50 seconds remaining on the Spuds penalty kill. Faceoff comes back down to the Moorhead zone on the far side. Steen and Williamson, Leanna Williamson, I believe. Steen wins the draw, sends it back to the back wall. Taken there by Johnson. She can't hang on to it. It's going to be pulled away by the Stampede. Centering pass, turned away by Steen. Steen tries to clear it. It'll be held in by Gimberline. Backhand shot from Huber. And the Spuds are able to clear it out. West Fargo will have to reset. Gimberline, near side, looks for the shot. Gimberline takes the shot, blocking traffic. Leanna Williamson will have it at the far side corner. 25 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Into the slot, puck comes free. Cutter comes away with it. She's able to clear it out. Will be picked up by Leanna Williamson at center. 10 seconds remain on the penalty kill. Williamson over to Hassler along the near side boards. They end up going deep down into their own zone. Gimberline. Spuds back at full strength. Puck comes over on the near side board. Cutter tries to push it ahead. Will be picked up by Hassler inside of her own zone. Sent out to Trosen. Trosen near side gets pitched up against the wall by Hendrickson. She's going to come away with it, carried around behind the Moorhead net with Hendrickson in her back pocket. Set up to Elizabeth Williamson near side. Her shot went wide into the corner. Spuds are able to clear it out to center. Cutter onto the stick of Gentic. Gentic from the red line takes a shot, blocked by Johnson. Johnson is going to sling at the length of the ice right down onto Regan Wilson, the West Fargo goal minder. Trosen is able to clear it out. Everett tries to pull it back. Everett is able to come away with it. Dumped in by Allmendinger. Held up along the far side wall. It's going to be the Stampede that clear it right back out to center. Dufault retreats into her own zone to get it. Dufault off the boards, up to Swenson. Swenson over to Everett. Everett has it knocked free and down into the far side corner. It'll be Retzer, and who has it stolen away by Leanna Williamson. Out through neutral. Williamson, shot, handle, save. 10:20, third period. Johnson near side. Johnson near side, Oakes. Off the board out to Swenson. It's going to float all the way down to Gentic inside of her own zone, who slings it cross ice to the far side, and it'll float back into the Moorhead end. Johnson. Out through center ahead to Shirley, who chips it into the West Fargo zone. We'll end up with Retzer, who pushes it back behind the net. Floating puck loose along the side. Gets brought over to the near side by Shirley. And then turned all the way around behind the net and cleared out by Trosen. Chip back into the zone by Strand. Strand, Shirley. Shirley looks to center it up. Puts it right onto the stick of Wilson. Which kind of caused a redirect, and it ended up coming all the way up to the far side. Back behind the net, Ness. Tries to send it around to the far side. It was Guy who was standing there to pick it off. Gimberline looks for an outlet. Ness is there to pick it loose. Gimberline and Trosen push it back behind the net. Hockett now. Gimberline off the boards up to Hendrickson. Pushed in by Shirley. Ness is able to get the shot away. Puck loose. Turned away by Wilson and into the far side corner. Shirley has it along the far side wall. Tries for the shot. It's going to end up coming over to Ness, who gets the shot. Gets blocked in traffic. Turned over onto the far side, or onto the near side wall. Near side wall down in. Gentic, or not Gentic, but Josephson and Shirley both push for it. Neither one of them really ended up with it. It's going to be cleared out by Elizabeth Williamson. Dufault to Hendrickson. Dumps it into the near side corner. Spuds go for the change. Strand back behind the net. She's able to pick it loose. Looks for somebody. Nobody there. Spuds are really taking their time on the change. Puck is going to get sent the length of the ice. That one will get called back on icing. So Strand is working it in the corner, looking for an outlet. Nobody is there to help her. Face-off between Williamson and Guy. It's going to go to Gimberline. She'll bring it around behind the net. Strand was able to knock it free. It'll end up with Hassler, who takes it out far side and brings it into the Moorhead zone. Puts the brakes on, takes a shot, stick save Andel. Picked up by Leanna Williamson near side up to Gimberline. Gimberline dumps it down deep. Spuds are able to turn it over to the near side boards. Johnson up to Hanukkah. Hanukkah ahead to Steen. Steen near side drops it off for Hanukkah. Hanukkah looks for the outlet. Nobody's there. She's able to send it out finally to Swenson. He'll come about to Allmendinger at the point. Down into the corner. Far side boards now. He'll be pulled free by Hassler. Hassler has it knocked off her stick by Allmendinger. Allmendinger dumps it into the near side of the zone to Hanukkah. Hanukkah tries to send it across over to Timotowski, who's picked off by Trosen. Now Guy to Gimberline. Or excuse me, Gentic. Gentic dumps it in. Near side corner picked up by Trosen. Tries to center it up. It'll be turned away by Johnson. To Lee, who tries to clear. It'll be turned right back down into the corner by Elizabeth Williamson. Centering pass. Nobody home. Comes up to Gentic at the point. Gentic steers around one. Backhand shot blocked by Allmendinger. Trosen down to the corner. Up to the near side wall to Josephson. To Gentic. Gentic dumps it back into the corner. Centering pass comes up to Josephson. Puck floats free. Timotowski is able to push it into the zone. Timotowski and Lee 3-on-2. Lee and Josephson both go down to the corner. Puck is loose. Trosen, far side. Has it pulled free by Lee. Lee drops it back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson cross to Oakes. Oakes takes it all the way down into the corner. She's got Gimberline in her pocket the entire way. Sends it up to Everett. Everett gets a shot off. Kick save Wilson. Gimberline has it back behind the net. Gimberline Wilson. Poked free by Hendrickson, but cleared out by Gimberline. Oakes picks it up just inside of her own zone. Oakes across to Hendrickson. Tries to drop it back. It's going to be picked off by Guy. She can't hang on to it. It'll be taken the other direction by Oakes. Oakes, Retzer. Retzer dumps it in. Intercepted by Gimberline. Gimberline near side. Spuds are skating 6. Now they're skating 4, 3. Spuds got away with a too many skater on that one. Ness near side. Pinches Hassler up against the boards. Hockett is able to pull it free. Or Everett. Hockett. Hockett up to Everett. Everett can't get a stick on it. She's going to have to drop it back to Johnson. Johnson cross ice over to Retzer. Retzer tries to send it across to Everett. We got a whole lot of everything going on. Water bottle falls on the ice. What's up? Yeah. I think the refs completely lost control there for about 30 seconds. Nobody knew what was going on, including me. So we'll have a face-off on the far side just outside the West Fargo zone, controlled by the Spuds. Stolen away by Hassler. Knocked free by the Spuds. Johnson over to Hockett near side. Hockett carries it all the way down and in. Hockett, Shirley. Hockett takes the shot. Covered up by Wilson. And now Hockett is being escorted to the box for a technical? What is that? I have never... I must refer to... Normally in basketball, it would indicate a technical or a timeout. I have no idea. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct. So Hockett gets slapped with an unsportsmanlike conduct as Shirley brings it in near side, gets the shot off, it goes off the side of the net. I did not understand what he said. Trosen. All the way down into the Moorhead zone. She'll push it into the corner. Williamson. Up to Gentic. Gentic tries for the shot. Blocked by Allmendinger. Flipped out. And all the way down into the Stampede zone by Allmendinger. Definitely playable. So there was no icing on it. 25 seconds left on the penalty kill. Puck will be dumped into the Moorhead end. Hanukkah near side. Hanukkah is able to push it out. Right back in by Hassler. Allmendinger chips it free. Leanna Williamson near side. Sent all the way into the far side corner. Gimberline will pick it up over there. Hockett's penalty has expired. Spuds back at full strength. Gimberline looks for the centering pass. Brings it all the way around to the top of the slot. Sends it down deep. It'll end up going behind the net. It'll be Allmendinger who pushes it over to the far side boards. Hanukkah. Far side down into the West Fargo zone. She'll take it all the way in behind the net. Centering pass to Strand is knocked free in traffic. And now down into the near side corner. Picked up by Gimberline. Gimberline out through center. She has it poked off her stick by Allmendinger right back out to center. Hassler is there to pick it up. Hassler brings it in near side. She takes the shot that goes well wide of the net and back behind. Strand, far side, ahead to Hanukkah. Hanukkah pushes it ahead. It's going to go all the way down into the West Fargo zone. 1 minute to go here in the third. Cutter tries to center it up. Gimberline is there to intercept. Turned out to center by West Fargo. Trosen out at center. Trosen 1-on-3 chooses to dump it into the corner. It'll be Johnson who picks it up back behind the net. Off the far side boards. Trosten sends it cross ice. Guy. First shot is going to be blocked by Cutter. Puck floats free out to center. Timotowski goes after it. She ends up in a foot race with Guy. Guy comes away with it. She gets steered down into the corner by Lee. Lee gets pinched up in the corner by Guy. And one other West Fargo skater. Cutter comes in to help. Puck will be broken loose and up to Oakes on the near side. Out free and float up to the top of the slot. Nobody can get a stick on it. Lee has it. Timotowski pushes it down low. Turned away by Williamson. Off the far side wall. 10 seconds to go. One rush left for West Fargo. Shot from Williamson is going to be turned away by the Spuds. Oakes goes hard and fast. She brings it down in as the time expires. I'm thinking that is how this one is going to expire. 2-2 tie after 3. What? Looks like shootout. I suspect. Well, the on-ice officials are conferring with the box officials. The puck is sitting at center ice. So I'm not 100% sure if we're going to go to a shootout or an extended period. Looks like we're going to the shootout. Caitlin Shirley up first for Moorhead. Regan Wilson in net for West Fargo. Shirley brings it in far side, looks for the shot, steers around her shot, the goal. Spuds are up 1-0 on the shootout. Up now for West Fargo will be number 14, Emma Hassler. She brings it in right down the center. She's going to put the shot in, tying this game at 1. Up next for the Spuds will be number 25, Isabel Oakes. She's going to bring it over to the near side before taking it back right down the center. Looks for the shot, takes the shot, save made by Wilson. Up next for West Fargo will be number 15, Leanna Williamson. Williamson brings it across the blue line, right down the top of the slot, looks for the shot, save made, handle. Up third for Moorhead. Looks to be number 3, Molly Hockett. She brings it around near side, looks for the shot, goes for the backhand, off the post. Up next for West Fargo is going to be number 12, Stella Gimberline. If she can find the back of the net on this one, West Fargo will win. Otherwise, we'll go to the next one. She takes a shot. Shot on the goal. Okay. Scratch my previous statement. I guess it's a best out of 5. So Moorhead can tie this up. It'll be number 7, Lauren Ness. Nope, that is going to do it. West Fargo finds the win in the shootout. So that is how this one is going to end. West Fargo takes the win by a final of 3-2 on the shootout goals. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this weekend during Danglefest 2023. Never fear, your Spuds will be back in action next weekend. But what the schedule is, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe and notify button. That way you'll know when we go live for all 15 UA and JV junior varsity games. So from the 2023 Danglefest tournament, my camera operator, Steve Oakes, the hard worker all weekend. I'm Seth. We'll see you next week.